Hey guys, Barbara here. Today I'm going to be making several dishes for friends Repast. So the first dish that I'm going to do is California lemon pound cake. I have the small batch version in my small batch book, but I have the large version in my new cake book that I'm working on, and I don't know when it's going to be ready. Alright, so let's get right into the ingredients that we're going to need for this cake, California lemon pound cake. 1 cup of butter softened to room temperature. My butter is salted, so I'm not going to add any salt. Half a cup of shortening, and I only use Crisco. 2.5 cups of granulated white sugar. 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Half a teaspoon, only half a teaspoon of baking powder, not baking soda. 1 cup of regular milk or whole milk. I'm using lactose-free. And 1 whole tablespoon of lemon extract. Now you might be saying, Barbara, why is it California lemon pound cake? Well, stick around and I'll tell you why in a little while, okay? So first we're going to start off by creaming the fats, the butter, the shortening, and the sugar together. And this is the kind of cake where you cream the butter and the sugar and the shortening together, and after it gets creamy you add the eggs. Oh, did I show you guys that we're gonna need 5 eggs? My bad. 5 eggs, all right? 5 whole eggs. So then you add the eggs one at a time, then you add the extract, and then you sift together the dry ingredients, which is flour, baking powder, and if you're adding the salt's just going to be like half a teaspoon of salt. Sift that together, and then you add the dry and the wet, which is the milk, alternately into the bowl, and then voila, you have a batter. So I've greased and floured, and I have my parchment that I cut out, and we're going to see what we can get out of this. All right, the reason why I fold in the dry ingredients with a spatula first before using the hand mixer is because I don't want things to fly on my camera lens, and you might not want stuff to fly on your countertop. Now everything's all mixed up. It's a very thick batter. You see it right here, and I think we might get 3 layers out of it. I barely put the oven on when I got through beating up the batter because it's too hot today to put the oven on too early, okay? You guys don't even know how messy I am when I'm cooking. I'm a klutz. 2 dollops into each. I did like 3 here because the first one was small. Let's try to spread it out, see what we got. We all love to eat out, but unfortunately for some of us, it's not the healthiest option. How would you like to make better than restaurant quality meals at home? With my second cookbook, The Pantry Laid Bare, you can make Chinese food without all that added MSG. Breads and bagels are a cinch because no appliances are needed. Pizza. It's not delivery, it's the stovetop. With 3 ingredients plus warm water, make a thick batter. Spread in a cast iron skillet, then add sauce and topping of your choice. Cook 5 minutes uncovered, cover, cook 10 more minutes, then serve. These 111 recipes will bring out the inner chef in you. Get a copy today only at www.barepantryshow.com. Shop safely and securely at www.barepantryshow.com. Okay, that looks pretty good. So let's start to eyeball. 1 dollop. And you notice several times I cleaned off my spatula, right? Because the spatula has some grooves and the dry ingredients like to stick in there. You don't want those to be added back in later. Alright, so I'm going to get these into the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit after I level them off. And I'm going to time it for 30 minutes. It might need a little bit longer, but we'll see. And then I'm going to clean up the mess and get set for the next dish that I'm going to make. Remember, you're sticking around because you want to know why this is called California lemon pound cake. All right, don't go. Next one I'm going to make is my simple chocolate cake, 3-layered. This cake is not called simple chocolate cake because it uses very few ingredients. As a matter of fact, it uses quite a few ingredients, as you can see right here. Now, I got a little secret to tell you guys. This can actually be a box cake. Let me tell you why. You can go ahead and put all the dry ingredients together in a tub like this. See, we do it all the time. I write what the dry ingredients are on the outside, and then I put what the wet ingredients are supposed to be on the inside right here. So when it's time to make the cake, you grab the tub filled with the dry ingredients, get the wet together, and toss it all together and make your cake. Take a look. Very depressing. One slice of this cake is 485 calories. I used to do that. I used to figure out what the calories were for all the stuff that I make powder and everything else. So normally for a box cake, I have one here, Betty Crocker, super moist, the yellow cake. They will ask for like my hand's greasy from the butter. They will ask for like milk, butter, eggs, or water, oil, eggs. You know, they have different combinations, right? This one, to make it a box cake, this wet ingredient, which is the vanilla extract, should be like vanilla sugar. We'll put it together for the dry. And then it calls for water, oil, eggs, but it also calls for milk. Now, some people trade out the water for like coffee. Not me. I don't like the smell of coffee, all right? So it's very simple to put together. Put all the dry ingredients in one big bowl, give it a whisk, then put all your wet ingredients together in another bowl. Now, if you don't have bowls, let's say you're single, you just moved in. Jada has a few friends that just moved into their new place. They don't have bowls and stuff like that. You can actually put all the wet one at a time in there, but I like to mix it all together, make it one big liquid thing. Toss it together and see, the batter is very, very thin, all right? So now we're gonna put it in our greased and floured and parchment lined baking sheet. You wanna do the parchment lining for this cake because this cake is so tender and thin and moist and everything else that when I have trouble getting it out the pan all the time. So that's why I do the parchment line thing. And then we're gonna stick it in the oven for only 30 minutes. 30 minutes, come back and check, and then take them out immediately, peel off the parchment line thingy, and then let it cool down because now we're gonna make an awesome chocolate buttercream frosting. This is 6 ounces of semi-sweet baking chocolate, and I'm gonna melt it over a pot of hot water, okay, in a heat-safe bowl. 6 ounces, set it here, and walk away. There's nothing to do. Let's go back to the other cake though, the lemon cake, because I took that out of the oven a little bit before I put in the chocolate cake. So we're gonna unmold these. Always release it from the sides first, and we're not gonna have any trouble because we have the parchment that we laid down first, all right? So let me get the other one. These are smelling pretty good, and I like how thick the cakes are. So these pans were 9 by 2, all right? In the middle of the cake, I've decided that I'm gonna put lemon curd, which is simply sweetened condensed milk and some lemon juice. And I wanna show you guys the reason why this cake is called California Lemon Pound Cake. It's because it uses California lemons in the frosting. The frosting is very simple. It's a little bit of butter softened to room temperature, and then icing sugar and the California lemon juice. And we know that the lemons came from California because it said that when we bought it, all right? And you just kind of blend this up, and it comes out as a thick, foamy frosting. And when it sets, it gets kind of hard. Let's apply the filling, guys. Lemon curd. When I do the half recipe of this cake, it calls for 2 eggs and 1 egg yolk. So I usually use the egg white to make the Belizean royal icing to put in the middle. But today it's lemon curd because it's very simple. Just some condensed milk and some lemon. And then here comes our frosting for the top. It's not a very thick frosting, more like a glaze, but it's not a runny glaze. Now this is my special move here with this tool. I got this from Jessica's grandma Louise. So just go through the cake like this. I think this is like a deli meat server or something, ham server. Go around the side, make it look somewhat of a naked cake, right? So this is ready. I'm gonna put this in the fridge. I thought you said you were hungry. You're full of lies now? I have a better song. I know you like my mounds.
No.
Because they are full of almond joy.
No.
I know you love this triple decker thing. It was given to me as a gift from my sweet Shanika. Shanika started off as a viewer, then she became a what? Well, she was a subscriber. And then she became friends, and then she quickly became family. Shanika's family, okay? So we're gonna do this cake. The other cake's already in the fridge. The frosting, that frosting is very little bit because it's supposed to be more like a naked cake type thing, right? It's not supposed to be thick and layered on the cake, but I put it in the fridge because that's the way we cut it better. If you hear some noise going, Jada's cooking her stuff in. Jay, want me to stop it? It's not gonna burn, right?
No.
We're good? She's heating up, reheating. And over here what we're doing is just letting the chocolate melt. Then we're gonna get a cup of softened butter. I'm tired. Butter, see? We're running low. Oh, look at my butter cozy. This was given to me by my sweet friend Julie. She made it from scratch. So that's why I put out like 2 pounds of butter last night. 1 cup of butter. I think it's like 2 cups of powdered sugar. The chocolate. That's all. I think some vanilla. And we're gonna frost this cake in a little while. I still didn't make the bread yet. I just have the flour measured. We're gonna stop and eat because the people in here said they're hungry. I think I'm kind of hungry too because I feel kind of weak. So we're gonna figure out lunch. Then when we resume, we're gonna be frosting this cake and we're gonna be making the baguettes, all right? So here's my first layer. Notice that I put it upside down. That's because when you cut into the cake, you want the bottom of the cake to be beautiful also. So put some frosting in between. The frosting is very soft and it's gonna melt if I don't put this cake in the fridge because the day is so hot today. So just kind of spread it, and I'm gonna show you my second move for cake decorating in a little while, okay? I don't have a whole lot of moves, guys. I have that tool that I kind of swirl through the cake with, and then I use a spoon, and then recently I started to use an egg spatula to spread the frosting on cake. No, I don't want to learn how to decorate cakes. I don't want to learn how to pipe. I don't want to learn any of that stuff because it's too much work. We're just going to do it like this. See the spatula? And then the spoon. So this is ready for the fridge. Now let's take care of the baguette. Flour, yeast, sugar, and salt. I have this video here several times, all right? Warm water. This is a vegan bread because it uses no butter, no oil, no nothing like that. Just simple ingredients. Put it all together, knead it up, dump it out on the countertop. Let me get my ring off. This is my go-to bread whenever I'm going to go to any event because we can make sandwiches out of it. So it's set. Let me go ahead and put it back in the bowl and then cover it up and let it sit for about 45 minutes because the day is hot. It's not going to go for a whole hour. And then here we are. It's risen. Let me dump it on the counter and then re-knead. And then I'm gonna cut it into 3. Normally I cut this into 2 and I get 2 fat ones, but I wanted to get some skinny ones, okay? We're just gonna make it into a rectangle and then pinch and roll, kind of like rolling a towel, and then pinch the seams shut. And then into the oven they go at 400 for 30 minutes. I had to come outside and sit with Joe for a little bit because the house got hot. I'm baking the baguettes right now and I'm getting ready to make the cold macaroni salad. I'm not gonna make the sandwiches till tomorrow morning because I don't want them to get soggy. And as far as the macaroni goes, I'm gonna make that tonight but not put it in the container that it's gonna travel in because if I have to spruce it up tomorrow, I can do that and then dump it into the container.
What time tomorrow this thing is starting?
I think it's around 1. So, yeah, and I might make some pinwheel wraps. We'll see. Now, if I were going to just a random repast, I would take one of these items, right? Any of these items is great for you to take to a repast, but because we're trying to be a blessing to our little friend Jess, we're taking a little bit of everything, right? Now we're back inside again and the breads are ready. So we're just going to take these out and allow them to cool down. Now let's take care of the cold macaroni salad. So we're going to boil some eggs. I brought these eggs to room temperature and then brought the water to boil, and now I'm lowering them in and they'll go for 12 minutes. So we need diced onions, the boiled eggs, sweet relish, not the pickled relish, okay? Sweet relish. See, not the pickled one. And then the macaroni. So this is the water getting ready. Mayonnaise, mustard, and the macaroni. Okay? This recipe is from Jessica's grandma Louise. So I'm trying to do everything that Louise taught me for this repast food. So we have to mash the eggs. Here comes the pasta. I boiled it for about 10 minutes. Then put the mashed boiled eggs in. Very simple, okay? And then the diced onions. And if you run into a thing where people don't like onion, dice the onion very small. They won't taste it in here. And then the sweet relish. Let me get another tub. And for this, I'm just kind of eyeballing to make sure it looks good in the salad. And then here comes the mayo and the yellow mustard. Mix it to how you like it. If you don't like it too tart, don't put too much mustard. We have the perfect combination for this. And I always have Jada be my tester. So just kind of mix it up really well. Now let's take care of the pinwheel wraps. This is some whipped, not the regular cream cheese, all right, whipped, and then the ranch seasoning. So I'm just gonna dump the contents of the container into a bowl, and to this I'm gonna add some of that powdered ranch dressing, but I'm not gonna add too much. I'm gonna measure out 2 tablespoons because that's what my recipe calls for, but that thing has MSG, so I'm gonna see if I can get away with putting less. Okay, you guys know how I feel about MSG. So this is 2 tablespoons. See, I'm gonna put 1 and just kind of work it in. I like this whipped cream cheese to do this type of stuff because it's easy to spread. I'm gonna put this back on the fridge overnight. Now let's cut the cake up before we go to bed, all right? This is the lemon cake. I love my new cake knife that I got from Amazon. And I'm gonna cut this cake to feed 28 people, all right? If I did it triangles, I would only feed 16. But I'm doing it the conservative way over here. See how easy the knife goes in? Separate it. I'll see you guys in the morning. So my videos are gonna get longer and longer because I've learned from watching a bunch of YouTubers that YouTube wants your video to be longer and longer. This is not gonna be cut correct. Lord have mercy. I should have started on the fat end. You like that? Okay. This is the ham, right? Who let she in here? Who let the dogs out?
What you want?
With that hard backside out of this kitchen. Anyways, what was I saying, Daddy? About the reels? Oh, the reel. Cora!
Go.
Cora!
Out.
She come and push her big head in here.
Go. Out.
Okay.
You gotta dry it up.
Look, am I ready? The sandwich is looking horrible. Man, this they fall apart. They like this one.
Wrap it in paper.
Sure?
And macaroni.
In foil?
No,
Parchment? No, hold on though. I could try parchment. Okay, guys.
That's good.
Huh?
That's good.
In shrink wrap?
Hmm?
In shrink wrap. Shrink wrap? Joe said wrap each other in that shrink wrap. Presentation is everything, you know.
That's it.
You may buy one for me.
I put more stuff in it, then I wrap it.
I'm gonna put more stuff in this one. Okay, so to not let it get long and boring at this spot, we're gonna pause the camera and we're gonna like go back over these ones and wrap them, right?
You got
The
it.
bloody shrink wrap, he named the wrap.
After that, because that was the end.
All right, guys, we're gonna come back when we have this figured out. And then what else? Tomato. And it's falling apart. There's no way I could build this without make it fall apart, babe. Maybe I should cut it and put the tomato into each piece when I'm done cut it. So I happen to have some tuna because I made that for Jada the other day. I was doing a video on pot pie and Jada come and said, Mom, can you make me some tuna? I think they have no heart. She saw I was busy. No, I was happy to do it. Anyway, let's see if the tuna will work better.
You don't put stuff in it?
Everything done in there. Mustard, mayo, bell peppers, onion, jalapeno. Everything's already in the tuna. So let's see if this will work better. Hey, Joshito. So, let me put back up my light. I didn't like that darkness outside last night.
You told me last night, no worries.
I'm like, with the pitch black, they could be doing anything at the car because I think take long to come on.
You gotta get real close for the Tron too.
Yeah, you have to be like right underneath it like this.
Yeah.
Joe, where you put the other one? The one that you took down?
Over the window.
Over the front window? I think that's a good spot.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, more. Yeah.
People come to the front window and the light come on there and run.
Yeah.
Alright, Daddy. See? Isn't that better?
Yep.
You gonna come back and cut paper for me? Oh my God, this is so much better than to put the ham and the onion, the tomato, everything's slippery, Josh. The pickle slippery, the ham slippery. Oh my God. That was a damn yeah. You know what a daymare is? The opposite of a nightmare. Because I'm awake while it's happening. Oh my goodness, Joe, look at this, baby. Look at this. Look how good this is cut, nothing to fall apart and it ooze out. Maybe that's why people like to do these things with like chicken salad and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. Perfecto. Alright, we're gonna wrap all these guys. And when I come back, I'm not gonna cut that cake yet because I want to spread everything out to take like a aerial shot of everything that I did for this show. Alright, for this show. Then, so when I come back, we'll be doing the wraps. We're doing the pinwheel wraps, alright? You guys remember that last night I put the powdered ranch dressing in with the whipped cream. Not just whipped cream, but it's whipped, so it's easier to spread. I took it out a couple hours ago to thaw out. And we're just gonna spread it on the tortilla. No, I didn't home make the tortilla. Instead of cheese. And then I'm gonna put some spinach. I'm gonna chop it a little smaller. Some red, yellow, orange peppers. You can put what you like. It's too big. Okay? And then the deli meat. I'm going to use the leftovers that I have before we get to the pastrami, if we even need to get to that. Then you start to roll tight. I did a good job because nothing fell out. Yes! Wrap it in the foil. Put it on the fridge for a little while, 20 minutes at least. Now let's take a look at what we did, guys. The lemon cake, the cold macaroni salad, the sandwiches, the chocolate cake, the pinwheel. There's more pinwheels, but I didn't cut all of them yet, okay? Isn't this gorgeous? This is a beautiful layout. Yes. I am so proud of the work we did today. We cooked all day. You guys were here with me. We cooked all day, but we're ready, okay? This is the tuna. That went so much easier, guys. Do chicken salad or tuna salad to do these type of sandwiches if you're gonna take this to like a repast or a potluck, because this was a nightmare. I'm sure they're gonna love it, but it was a nightmare. So I only cut one of the pinwheel wraps so far because it was set. You need to set it for at least 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Don't put the ends. You eat the ends, okay? Don't put the end ones because those look lopsided and all type of stuff. So I have the cold macaroni salad. This recipe is from Jessica's grandma Ron's wife, Louise. So I think this will go over well. This is the lemon cake that we cut up yesterday. And I showed you the sandwiches already. And we're gonna cut up the chocolate cake the same way we did this. And then we're gonna be ready to go. I'm not gonna wear this outfit to the services. Look, I don't know if Joe can see there. See my shoes? I've been wearing purple since yesterday to stand with the LGBTQIA community, because yesterday was some type of day where you celebrate because they get bullied and stuff. So that's why I wore purple in that whole outfit yesterday. So anyways, yeah, me and Joe are gonna grab lunch because it's 12:45. The thing starts at 2. Just gonna make like a quick sandwich or something out of the tuna. And we're gonna cut all this stuff, wrap it up, put it on the fridge, because after we leave the service at the graveyard, we're gonna pop in, grab the stuff, and take it to the church. Whenever taps his plate at any funeral services, I cry so much. So here they are folding the flag. Ron was a Marine, and so I'm glad that the military showed up. And it's a very windy day, so they're having a hard time folding the flag. but they're gonna get it. Joe's recording from one angle and I'm recording from another angle because I know Jessica and them will not, you know, remember to have anybody record. So here comes the guy giving Jess the flag because she's the one that reached out to them. Nikki is on the other end holding the baby on her lap. That's Jessica's sister. And then the soldier salutes. Ah, this is so beautiful. And then Jessica gets up to give a speech and she was shaking. I thought she was going to collapse. So I put my camera down and I went up there to just hold on to her. Here's the urn with Ron. They're going to bury him next to his wife Louise. They bought the plots together years ago. So let's go to the repast, see all the food, stuff I brought, the stuff they bought. Jessica's grandaunt made her and her husband a quilt. How gorgeous is this, guys? Look how thick this sandwich is from the store. It's all bread. I like my little sandwich better. And I think Ron's service had a really great turnout. We really hope that you guys get to make some of these dishes. And if you want more dishes like this that you could take to a repast or a potluck, check out this playlist that I made for you.
This is the Bare Pantry Show.